Official announcement right here from Studio B in HSN from St. Petersburg, Florida, that Bose have decided to discontinue manufacturing their legendary, their iconic Bose Wave Music System 4. As a result, we have the final ever quantity manufactured available for purchase right now. It's 796141. As you look at this design, this style, 5 inches, compact and sleek. This is a system that resonates with so many of our customers who have them in their homes and have done for many, many years. It's a system where friends and family gather around Thanksgiving, New Year's Eve, celebrations, birthdays to enjoy their favorite CDs. It's a system that's on your nightstand that you fall asleep to. It's a system that wakes you up with its dual alarm. It's maybe the music system that's in the kitchen. So when you're making your coffee and toast on a morning, it's playing your favorite radio station. The one thing for certain is, it is certainly a massive part of so many people's lives. With patented waveguide technology, which we are gonna proudly show off tonight, you'll see how you get such big sound from such a small system. This is the one that broke through and broke so many records here on HSN and our sister channel QVC. So for the final quantity and the final time, let's talk about it. The man, the voice of Bose, Mr. Aaron Berger. Aaron, sir, and I do want you to know that I draw no conclusions, that after 20, 30 years of being on TV, after just 24 months ago, 2 years, that you took over presenting this, that they have decided to discontinue.
I saw the setup coming from a mile away. I knew it wasn't gonna be good for me, because he started way too nice. He never starts that nice. It's downhill if he uses that the nice Adam voice. Yeah, it's true. I've been a professional musician for 15 years. I've represented Bose for about a year, and we're no longer going to sell. No, it's not true. We're still gonna sell Bose. That's the good news. The bad news is the Bose Wave Music System 4, which is the #1 selling product. It is, quite frankly, the most iconic product through no fault of my own. We're not gonna be able to make it anymore. We're not gonna be able to bring it to you anymore. When the quantity that we have now, in all seriousness, when the quantity that we have now, pardon me, is gone, we will no longer have it. Here's the really good news. We have it now, today, during Adam's show tonight. And what's so great about that is you get room-filling sound, you get revolutionary sound, you get the same sound that the NFL uses, and the same sound that Madison Square Garden uses, and the same sound that the Sistine Chapel and that NASA use. You get it in your bedroom, you get it in your living room, you get it in your home. Let's listen to that sound. As I like to say, the hardest thing we do as show hosts here at HSN is we're quiet for a few seconds, but we're gonna be, because I want you to hear this sound for a sec, then we're gonna talk about why it sounds the way it does.
I love that music, Aaron.
It's powerful, right? There's a little more.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I gotta tell you, and we're gonna listen to all kinds. It doesn't matter what your jam is. I'm a musical theater guy. You may very well not be. I get it, that's fine. Maybe it's classic rock, or maybe it's country, or maybe it's classical music, or it doesn't matter what it is. The Bose Wave Music System 4 produces a sound that no other system of its size produces, and that's because there's a patented technology inside, revolutionary technology, only found inside the Bose waveguide, inside the Bose Wave Music System, that is called waveguide technology. And that's the reason why. Listen, as I turn this up, what doesn't happen is the sound doesn't degrade. So typically on a music system of this size, you would expect as it gets louder and louder, it's gonna kind of fall apart. You know, it's gonna start to sound a little bit tinny or plasticky, the bass especially, listen. The quality of that bass in particular, of all the range, and we'll talk about all of the range, but the quality of the bass in particular is just stunning in a package this size.
You've got to get a music system like this. Gone are the days, obviously, where you needed to have speakers here, there, and everywhere, all throughout the house. With hundreds and hundreds of thousands of these sold, it is truly a phenomenal product that allows us to hear the music the way the artist intended. Obviously, in our life, one of our great joys is music, right? We love music, whatever genre it may be, and this allows us to enjoy that music just a little bit more, a little bit better, a little bit brighter, a little bit clearer, a little bit more emotion involved in everything that you play with this. Obviously, we're going to continue our presentation tonight for the rest of the hour, but the one thing to know is that I noticed that it came up 1,000 sold. That reflects just how many have been spoken for today. It doesn't reflect how many have been spoken for over the past 4, 5, 6 days. I know we are over 75% completely reserved now. And when we do sell out, there are no more. There's no extended delivery or advanced order. Obviously not an HSN decision, a Bose decision. But we're gonna make the most of it while it lasts. If you've ever watched one of the presentations and you've always wanted one, maybe it's been on the list to buy. This is your last chance with this available quantity. Aaron's not back next month, next summer, this coming winter with the Bose Wave 4. This truly is the end of the end. That's why we say the end of an era. I certainly can't recall of many products that have provoked the kind of reaction that we've had on air. Aaron, we've taken phone calls over the years from people that have had their system 4 years.
It's extraordinary. We don't generally think of buying electronics and thinking, oh, this might be a legacy item. This might be something that my kids have in their house. This item is the exception. I want you to listen to some vocals for a minute. We'll talk more about that, but we're gonna do our very best to be quiet for a whole 30 seconds. And somebody's gonna count for us. And listen. Point something out again. We're going to keep listening, but so I'm at 50 right now. Go ahead, my friend.
Have you heard?
Yeah, well, no, what?
Everybody's talking about it.
but I should have seen that one coming too. I'm slow tonight, and you're particularly fast. Okay, so we're at about 50 on the volume here. It goes up to 100. I'm just going to slowly climb because I want you to just see that the quality of the sound doesn't fall apart at all. Listen.
Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. Just want to know. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it.
I like to listen to all sorts of music, and I love to listen to, I'm a talk radio guy too. I'm NPR every single day, kind of all day long, maybe too much. But there's nothing I love more on the Bose Wave music system than vocal music, actually. So my background, quick little background on why I feel, why I love talking to you guys about sound so much. I'm a musician by sort of trade and training. I've sold electronics at HSN for 15 years. What year did you start? I always have to ask Adam. I started the year before him.
2007.
See, so I started in 2006, so I don't know. I think this is my 17th year, something like that. But I was a musician and started playing the keyboards here, Casio keyboards, and sold those initially and moved into electronics. Selling sound is such a pleasure for me because it's been such a part of my life. When I think of my childhood and that growing up playing the piano, 3 times in my life, I have been involved with churches and theaters that have put in new sound systems. That's the reason I'm bringing all this up. In those situations, those have always been nonprofits, so they're driven by a board. You sit down at the board and they go, okay, we're putting in a new sound system. The first thing everyone says is, are we going to be able to put in Bose, or are we going to have to settle for the second best?
Right.
That really is how it is thought of throughout the musical industry. Bose is thought of as music the way the artist intended it to be heard, particularly vocals. They say that the human voice is the most complicated instrument, and I will tell you, if there's a vocalist you love, if there's vocal music that you love, nothing reproduces sound in quite the way, particularly for a unit this size, right? So this weighs about 8.5 pounds. It's about 14 inches wide, about 5 inches tall. To be so small, to not require installation, right? To not require a second mortgage to buy it, to not require any sort of technical skill. There's one cable. It's power. You plug this into the wall just like your toaster or your curling iron or your microwave. You know, it's very, very simple. And now you're listening to your CDs, AM, FM radio. We'll talk a little bit later. If you want to buy a Bluetooth receiver, you can even do that. There's an auxiliary input on the back so that if you want to Bluetooth to that, you can if you pick up a Bluetooth receiver as well. We're gonna listen to music here for just a second, and then we're gonna get a little bit more into the technology of the waveguide technology, which is exclusive in Bose. But take a listen to this music for a second. Tell you what, it's front row orchestra
Fabulous.
seats. Every
Just
time it
fabulous.
is front row orchestra seats.
Do you have any snacks or drinks
I
available?
was just thinking I'm getting maybe getting a little too comfortable over here, but it just puts you at ease, you
Well,
know.
you want to enjoy the moment, right? You know, and that's what music does. It allows us to enjoy the moment. That's why we're sat back, relaxed. We would love for you to order this. Again, the difference being in the studio to being in your home is really remarkable. We're going to do our best with DJ Aaron over here showcasing the beautiful sounds, but really when you have it in your house and you get to play your favorite songs, you'll fall in love with it. It's so, so, so bittersweet that this is the end of the road for the Bose Wave music system. You know, we often talk about, and I've said many, many times in the past, if you were to write a book about HSN, there'd be many chapters. There'd be one on Andrew Lessman, and there'd be one on Joy Mangano, and there'd be one on origami racks. There wouldn't be, there wouldn't be one on Aaron Berger, but there would be one.
Darn it, I knew I wasn't going to win that.
You'd be in it by default, Aaron.
Because I'm associated with Bose, right?
Because there would be one on this, and you know that to be true.
There's no question. It is one of the sort of historic products that we do. In fact, on hsn.com right now, it's the most reviewed product I've ever presented. There's over 1,000 reviews. I actually just checked today, just under 1,100 reviews, 4.5-star customer pick. There's over 800 perfect 5-star reviews on this product.
That's amazing.
That's how much people like it. And I started to say earlier, there's not many times that you buy you know, when you buy your computer, you don't think, oh, maybe my kids will have this computer one day. You know, right? Like that's just not how technology works. This is different. In fact, one of the first reviews, I was reading through them today on hsn.com, is someone who says, I've owned a Bose Wave music system for 23 years. Now, not the Bose Wave music system 4, this is the latest one, but the Wave music systems have been around for a while, and she literally said, I gave my old system to my kiddos, I got a new one for myself. I've been here, sat in this chair on air before, and taken phone calls from people who said, in fact, 840 perfect reviews. Thank you, Rick, just put that in the monitor for me. I have taken phone calls from people who've said the same thing. You know, my grandmother gave this to me or whatever. It's been in our family for years and years. It is a technology that has really stood the test of time. Quick little story, and then we're going to get in. We really are going to get into the Bose waveguide technology. How this whole thing came about. So you know the name Bose, right? Did you know Dr. Amon Bose, who was later a professor at MIT, started as a student at MIT. So before he was Dr. Bose, he was just Mr. Bose. He lived in a dorm room at MIT and went and bought the story goes, went and bought a clock radio for his dorm room. And got it home and said, man, this sounds terrible. I just spent money on this and the sound is so bad, and I'm a physicist and I know these are, all these acoustical engineers, we can do better than this. So they spent the next, I don't know, decade and a half developing this wave guide technology. We're gonna take a look at waveguide technology now. We have a video, we're gonna play this a lot, over and over again, because I wanna really explain to you for a moment what you're seeing. This is why your wave music system sounds like a live concert, sounds like a live orchestra, sounds like a live singer in your room is the next best thing to having a band at your wedding or at your graduation or those sort of things. This cutaway that you're seeing is showing you the waveguide technology. On either side of the system, there are waveguides, which are a little bit over 2 feet long. So there's almost 5 feet of waveguides. And what those do is they take the source of the sound and they amplify and attenuate and tune and all of those sort of things, the music, through about 5 feet of waveguide technology. And that's why those frequencies that you're seeing, so you see the red, you see the blue, you see the purple. The red is representative of the really high frequency sounds. So I will say the treble sounds, the piccolos and the triangles and those sorts of things in the orchestra. The blue, I started to say earlier, I like to listen to a lot of things on my Bose Wave music system, but there's nothing like listening to vocals. That blue is the mid-range sound. So we think of mid-range instruments and particularly of the human voice. It is so warm and it is so rich and it is so complex. And Bose reproduces music the way the artist intended you to hear it, the way the sound engineers who recorded that music intended you to hear it. And then look at the purple. The purple bears sort of a specific mention. That's the bass. And bass is really the structure for music. It's really the foundation for music. Notice it's not just coming out the front, it's emanating from the entire music system. Bass is produced in a way, because of the waveguide technology in your music system, that we guarantee, and Adam will talk about this in a minute, we don't just guarantee it, we guarantee it for 30 days, that it will sound different and be transformative in your home in a way that really no other music system can reproduce.
I mean, thank you for explaining that,
You're
honestly, because you see it all, and it's, again, this is 5 inches slim in terms of the height of this system, and there's a lot of technology that's been packed into that. So to understand what's going on and how it delivers this groundbreaking sound, this is what truly was the pioneering force behind the Wave, really breaking all the records over so many years. The original Wave, then the 2, the 3, and now the latest generation, which is the 4. There is nothing else like it. There never will be anything else like it, we don't believe. And certainly, most definitely, this system delivers. It exceeds our expectations. Over 1,000 reviews. As Aaron said, 840 of them are perfect reviews. Most products have 10 reviews. 15, 20 if we're lucky. So you've got a lot of reviews and the majority are absolutely perfect. It gives you some idea of how people love this. We are already approaching halfway through the presentation. You'll hear me say this a few times because it's really the one message that is, well, unfortunately new, and that is that this is over. It's finished, it's done. I don't mean Aaron for the day or for the week. I mean, this system is never coming back. When we sell out of the quantity that we have, we're never able to bring it back again because Bose have stopped manufacturing it. They have manufactured the last Bose Wave 4. It's over and complete, but the good news is that we still have them now. Now, we are 75% sold out. This is the, I think, 6th or 7th day since we made the big announcement here on HSN from Studio B. Aaron's been on a couple times, obviously, since then. That's why we've sold so many. I know we're showing that we've sold 1,000 in this presentation alone. 1,000 in this presentation alone gives you an idea of how much pent-up demand there is for this. Maybe it's on the list. Maybe you asked Santa to bring you this for Christmas, but he didn't do it. Well, now we can get it ourselves. You will enjoy every moment. As you wake up on a morning, as you relax and soothe, listen to your favorite radio stations on an evening. Maybe listen to Delilah. Do you ever listen to Delilah?
She has the most beautiful voice. How is her voice so smooth?
I have no idea.
It's gorgeous, right?
But you know Delilah. I mean, you know Delilah. Have we all heard of Delilah in the studio?
Well, you know who that is.
Do we know Delilah?
She's been in the studio?
She's been in this. She came here. Our producer, Rick, is telling me Delilah came here.
When? Where were we? We were...
Back in the 90s.
Really?
Well,
Okay,
we
well, who knew?
digress.
Okay.
But you know, Delilah, very famous. Aaron.
I know.
No,
I listen to
very
her.
famous.
I know.
She has sort all your love problems out.
She'll play the songs that'll play your heart.
You got it down.
I know. I tell you, I listen.
Anyway.
What about Delilah?
Well, we could listen to Delilah on this.
We could listen to Delilah on that. I listen to Kai Rizdal. You know Kai Rizdal?
Of course.
He's one of my, you don't. I can tell by looking at your face. What is it? It's not Planet Money. It's one of the NPR shows that I listen to every day. Anyway, it's, 5
You're
o'clock.
very
after supper.
intellectual, though.
Yeah, it's intellectual. I don't know what I listen to. But the point is, if you like talk, the human voice in particular is reproduced in the most accurate way. And as I said, the Bose Wave music system, one of the things, and about Bose in general, sort of everything on which you listen to Bose, it's music the way, or vocals the way, the artist intended them to be heard. This is a true story. So, you know, I went to school I studied theater. One of the girls that I went to school with has done really well as she reads books, audiobooks. So she's honest to God. So a lot of if you listen to audiobooks, I listen to them a lot driving back and forth to the studio. She has the most beautiful reading voice. Like, you know, the people that do that are incredible at what they do. When you listen to those kind of things, when you listen to voice here, like I enjoy it in my car, it's great, whatever. But then when I hear it on Bose, it's like being in the room with someone again. And again, the way they describe it is music the way the artist intended it to be heard. I have a couple times in my career been in a studio to record twice. They were both new musicals, so they hadn't been recorded before. It's the equipment that's in there, the skills of the engineers and the producers, so much goes into making music sound the way that it does.
And you were singing?
And yeah, careful, careful.
I know, I was just...
Yeah, of course, yes, I was, yeah. You know I have a musical theater background, you know this.
Oh, I knew you played the piano.
Well, yeah, I used to sing a lot. Don't worry, there will be no live singing today.
Do you ever do the karaoke stuff?
Not really. I'm not doing that.
What's wrong
You
with
don't
you?
know these things. We've been friends for 15 years and you don't know this.
You've never sung a song in front of me.
No, I wouldn't. I certainly know better than that. Are you kidding me? Like I said, we've been friends for years.
We're going to change that.
Okay, I'll look forward to that. Maybe
That's
at Christmas.
amazing.
Yeah, so anyway, the point is, when you go into a studio like that, the way they record the music, you know, it's so specific, right? It's so specific. It is music the way the artist intended it to be heard. And it's reproduced on the Bose Wave music system in a way that it is on no other system, certainly of its size and price.
I tell a lie.
What's that?
I should have known how musical you were.
Why is that?
Because of your bum, 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 the intelligent
See, I sing nearly every time we work together.
Do it now,
Bum,
please.
bum, bum, bum.
You see? I thought you always had a very good, you're very in tune when you do it.
I'm very often not in tune when I do it, but thank you very much. I think maybe we should take a field trip. Would you like to take a field trip?
Right now?
Is this a good time to do it? Yes. Our producer is saying, please get us out of this. So here's what we're going to do. Take a field trip with me. So we talked about this waveguide technology a little bit. Adam's talked about all kinds of things. I think he's still on Delilah over there, to tell you the truth. We're going to go to my house
Love
for a minute.
her.
So not only can we sort of let you hear how the waveguide technology changes things, we can show you why it sounds different. So come on, we're going to go to my house for a second. We'll spend about a minute or so there, and Adam and I'll see you on the other side of this. What is sound? Sound is air in motion. And what we've set up here is a great way for you to not only hear sound, but also to see sound. Here's how we're going to do it. These are the speakers that are inside the Bose Wave music system. So when I take these speakers and put them in front of these candles, well, you'll see exactly what happens. And then we're going to change things up. Then we're going to take the magic. The magic inside the Bose Wave music system is the waveguide technology. And this is the waveguide technology. This is nearly 5 feet of tubing that's inside your wave music system. It turns and moves inside that very compact, very modern system, but it changes the sound because it resonates and it echoes and it amplifies inside these chambers. So let me show you, you'll see for yourself the difference. Let's add a little bit of music. I gotta tell you, that never gets old because you can see the Bose technology at work. That's why everybody loves the Bose Wave music system. That's why it fills your room with sound in a way that nothing else does. Because that waveguide technology changes everything. Again, sound is just air and movement, but that air can move in lots of different ways. And at Bose, we make it move in a way that's very, very special.
Now, Aaron, that demonstration that you just did is the demonstration that we've seen over so many years, very famous.
It is, I remember, so as Adam said early on, I have been representing Bose for maybe a year and a half. It's been one of the real pleasures of my career has been to do it. So I remember before I represented Bose, watching some of the other, I mean, that is it was just always impressive to me because you can see, you don't very often get to see how technology works, you know? And that is an example of it. Again, if you're just joining us, there's a technology inside the Bose Wave music system that is different than the technology in any other any other music system of its size. It's called waveguide technology. Let's just listen for a minute. We'll take a moment. In fact, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm also gonna just kind of show you guys the CD player here. So let me eject. I've got this little credit card size remote.
Yep.
I can eject right here. I'm gonna pop in something else, and this will be some vocals. We'll listen to these vocals for a second, then we'll talk a little bit more about waveguide. Now, I'll tell you the story about how waveguide technology sort of came into existence. But that's how easy it is to load. Front-loading slot CD player. And I'm gonna start, let's see what our volume level is. It's 43. In the course of the next 30 or 40 seconds, I'll go all the way up to about 100. Here we go.
La 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 la. La 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 la.
We need lighters. That wouldn't be
I
safe.
am waiting for you. I hope that you're gonna stay. There's always a place for you. I close my eyes and I pray. I hope that you're gonna stay. I don't know how, I don't know when you will be mine, just mine, mine. I don't know how, I don't know when you will be mine, just mine, mine. At the end of the day, I'm looking for you.
I love vocals on this.
I'm glad you put that CD in. I mean, again, everything shows it and shows it off in so many different ways, and fashions and manners. But guys, this is really the end, and you know, it seems weird to me to be saying that. But the journey started a week ago. Our final quantity was made available, and we are simply working through it now in these presentations. We are approaching 80% now fully reserved. When we sell out our quantity of the Bose Wave, there are no more. Bose have decided to stop manufacturing it. We are proud to be able to offer it to you at a major discount, down from $500 to $309 and change. We're gonna pay the shipping and handling, and of course it is on FlexPay as well, so we can get this right out to you. But when the celebrations happen, the birthdays, New Year's Eve, get-togethers, morning, nighttime, relaxing, your wake-up call, this is the music player that really makes the moments, the memories, and the magic happen. Go to hsn.com and check out all the wonderful things that we have, including denim, up to 30% off denim, and we've got denim for everybody. Big name brands from DG2 to Giuliana to Iman to Jessica Simpson and Democracy and so much more. If you love denim, check out all the savings that are there. Aaron and I are going to take a very quick time out. Start to order yours. Our final quantity is available right now.
Discovery Days are back at HSN. Grab great deals on items from top brands you love, like cooking essentials from Ninja, KitchenAid, Benefit, and Birkenstock. Plus, special pricing on your favorites from Andrew Lessman and America's favorite inventor, Joy Mangano. Discovery Days are back at HSN. Discovery Days, January 27th through the 30th. HSN is bringing you one of our biggest Tucson Gem events ever, with special guests joining us live from Tucson every weekday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Discover jewelry treasures from around the globe without leaving your living room, including gemstone jewelry from Colleen Lopez, mine finds from Jay King, rarities by Carol Brody, and more, leading up to an exciting all-day event live from Tucson, Tuesday, February 7th. The Tucson Gem Series starts January 30th, only on HSN. We love our gemstones to be beautiful, colorful, and durable. That's why we give some of them a little more love. Enhancements may require special care and may not be permanent. while others may last a lifetime. For more information, visit hsn.com and search Gemstone Care to see our Gemstone Enhancement Chart.
Check out all the wonderful Bose products online right now at hsn.com. Whatever type of music you're looking for in terms of player, whether it's earbuds, whether it's a soundbar for the television, or so much more, it's all right there at hsn.com. Well, Aaron and I are having a lot of fun this hour, and I hope that you are enjoying the presentation as well. We're certainly loving the music. The one thing, obviously, is that this is that last quantity, and I'll just kind of reiterate really quickly that this isn't an HSN decision, but this is a Bose decision. They've decided to discontinue the Bose Wave 4. Aaron is not back next month, summertime, winter, for Christmas. This is it. What we have right now is the final quantity ever. So if you would like to order, we are taking final orders right now, and when we do announce that it has sold out, and again we're over 80% now fully accounted for and fully reserved, that will mark the end of the Bose Wave music system. Very few products have the reputation that this does, has the recognition that this does, and I think it's because it resonates so much with so many. Those that own it, those that have seen it, those that have grown up with it, those that enjoy its performance every single day, because Aaron, that's what it feels like. Everything that it plays is a performance.
Everything, that's a great way to say it. Everything it plays is a performance. The way Bose says it is it's music, the way the artist intended it to be heard. Let's listen for a second. This is quite different. We've been listening to some vocals. We listened to a little kind of reggae style earlier, some kind of pop style. We're going sort of full-on classical. Can you name this opera? That's a hard one, I know. I know one opera. That's the only one I know. Well, listen, think about it for a minute. We'll give you the answer in 30 seconds. I'm not gonna tell you. This will sound familiar to you. From Bugs Bunny, probably, right? Bum 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 ba-dum. You know, bum 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 ba-dum. Listen. Goodness gracious. Beautiful, right? I mean,
That's my favorite.
It's Carmen. It's Bizet's Carmen. That's the Thème de Théodore, the Matador's theme from Carmen.
And that's what I was just about to say.
I know. I could tell it was on the tip of your tongue.
But you did. That's beautiful.
No matter what your jam is, right? And that is key. I mean, we've played a lot of different styles. We'll continue. In fact, let's do this. Let's eject. Oh, and I'm going to show you something else, too. There's a lot I want to show you. So I'm going to just eject using the remote here. I'll grab a disc. I'll pop this in. This has a bunch of stuff on it. So you can use the remote. It's funny. I did a show with Bobby Ray Carter, who I think is our longest. I think it's been a host here longer than anyone else.
Yeah.
It's coming up on 40 years. And Bobby has a music player, and she said, Aaron, I forgot that it has a remote because it also has touch-top controls.
It's an invisible touch.
She's like, it's a really smart and very simple system. And as you said, it's invisible. So I'm going to turn this up a little bit. If you want to ever stop the music, boom, one little touch, give it a touch again. And that starts it playing again. Whatever your style of music is. Obviously, we're in like this is Christmas music. I know it's hard to listen to Christmas music in January. Starting in July, I usually start with Christmas music. I will say, though, to Adam's point, we won't have the Bose Wave music system for Christmas this year. And it is something that historically is a huge, huge, huge product for us because nothing says holidays like music. In fact, one of the ways I describe it is there's no better way to redecorate your house simply than by putting on some music, right? It changes the mood, it changes the environment, and this really fills your house, fills your home, I should say, with sound in a way that nothing of its size, nothing of its price really does. Why? Because of the waveguide technology. I'll sort of just give you the background on that again. Bose, Dr. Amon Bose, the founder of Bose, and Bose is used in the Sistine Chapel. So when we think of these, I name these because these are organizations that could use any sound systems in the world, right? They could choose, and they choose Bose. The Sistine Chapel, the NFL, when you see the guys and the gals on the sidelines with headphones on, right? Those are Bose. Bose is well known, of course, for their noise canceling technology as well as their ability to create extraordinary sound. Madison Square Gardens, NASA, like these are all organizations that could use any sound company. They use Bose. Dr. Amon Bose, who became a professor at MIT. Before he was a professor, he was a student there. He bought a clock radio, got it home to his dorm room and didn't like the sound. And that really was the genesis for going, we want to produce sound in a smaller format that doesn't sound like it's coming out of that small format, that can still fill a room of any size. And I wish you guys could see, you kind of can actually when we take our jib shot. Adam and I are in this humongous studio. I don't know, these ceilings are probably 30, I would guess. They're at least 2 stories, maybe 3 stories, 25, 30 feet, something like that, right? That we're in this extraordinarily large room, and I'm gonna just fill this room with sound for a minute. We'll listen for a couple secs, ready?
I'll take that brief moment to let everybody know that as we start approaching the end, and again, this is the only presentation today, that there is also a VIP offer for anybody with an HSN credit card. If you have an HSN credit card, a QVC credit card, or a Zulily credit card, we're gonna break those payments down for you, so $309.99 as well over the months can make it even more attractive and more affordable. Heck, if you don't have an HSN credit card, apply today, certainly, and get $10 off. So you can get $10 off your first single item purchase if you apply tonight. Something that we don't often talk about, but is certainly important to mention, is HSN Protection Plus. And if you're buying any electronics, whether Aaron's talking about an HP laptop or we're talking about our Bose Wave 4, if you're ever worried about something happening, you drop it, break it, crack it, spill coffee on it, whatever it may be, with HSN Protection Plus, we teamed up with Allstate to offer no deductible protection. So it will be repaired or replaced at no cost to you. All you've got to do is elect and pay for HSN Protection Plus. I believe we have a 3 or 4 year plan available on our Bose Wave music system. All right, obviously we're coming to the end now. We have about 15, 16 minutes left. We'll keep showing off all the wonderful sounds that Aaron is providing tonight, Mr. DJ, but at $309.99, significant discount versus the $500 that it would typically be. It's a product that certainly strikes a chord with so many because music does that. It provokes a reaction, right? It makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up. It makes memories and moments come back. It makes you think about maybe a special occasion, a moment in time, a moment in your life, the time when you got married, the time when you were younger. Music does that, and when music is played through a Bose Wave 4, it makes it even sweeter. The reason why tonight it is so compelling, the reason why tonight it's so important is because tonight and for the past 7 days, unlike any other period in time, there is one extra message that we've got, one extra thing that we've got to say, one extra big point that we've got to make. And that is, for as good as this is, for as exciting as this is, for as amazing as this is, it is over. The Bose company have decided to stop manufacturing the Bose Wave 4. We have the final quantity of all time. So when we sell out, and we are now approaching 85, and in the next 10 minutes we'll be at perhaps 90%, when we sell out of the quantity that we have, it is never returning. For all the times that you've seen it, this is the last quantity, the last times that we will have it available. So if you've always wanted it, now is your time to do it. Let's start at the beginning with really, you know, we see this very signature shape and design. We know it's dual alarm, we know it's AM, FM radio, we know it's a CD player. You know you can buy a very small Bluetooth receiver. connect it in the back, and then you can stream all your music from your phone or your tablet. That's easy to do. But let's get under the cover and understand how waveguide technology works and why that is really the secret sauce. And then Aaron, maybe we've recovered enough to see that mesmerizing demonstration again.
I think that sounds like a good idea, but you got to listen to me talk for a minute first. So we have an animation that we want to show you guys. We're going to run it a couple of times. This is sort of the secret sauce, if you will. This is the reason that, listen to this. This is the reason. I love that track. Okay, this is the reason that the Bose Wave music system really is able to fill a room with sound in a way that nothing else quite does. It's the reason the product has 840 perfect 5-star reviews on hsn.com. So what this cutaway is showing you is the waveguide technology that is found only with Bose. It is the patented technology developed by Dr. Bose and his team of scientists. There are 2 waveguides, each about 2.5 feet long, on either side of the Bose Wave music system. And what they do is they move sound through in such a way where it tunes and attenuates and amplifies to sound extraordinary. Those colors that you're seeing, there's the red and the blue and the purple, those are all indicative of the different frequencies in music, the highs and the mediums and the lows. The red is sort of indicative of the higher frequencies, the blue of the mid-range frequencies. Specifically, I would point out the human voice in that frequency. If there's a certain singer that you love, just wait till you listen to them on the Bose Wave music system. You know, second only to a live performance, in my opinion. And then the purple is the bass, and gosh, the bass. Let's just listen to the bass for a sec. I know, you know, I'll remind you, you're hearing all of this through our lavalier mics, broadcast, you know, from our studios in Florida to wherever you are, through whatever speakers you might be listening to right now on the thin little speakers on the television or on a computer or on a tablet. But still, you probably can tell the sound quality. You get the idea. Wait till you sit next to it. And people always say, oh, it gave me chills. It gave me chills. Well, one of the things it does is it actually moves air differently than other systems do. And maybe, Adam, maybe you would be kind enough when you're ready to introduce my, I get a little too overcome introducing my demo because it is just so powerful.
I understand that.
Okay. Okay.
I will do that for you, Aaron. I will.
you.
What Aaron is talking about is a demonstration that has been seen around the world on every continent. A demonstration that really gives you the visual appreciation as to how patented waveguide technology works. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, for one of the final times ever, let's now go to Aaron Berger in his home, showing off the amazing, the power of the very special candlelight demonstration.
What is sound? Sound is air in motion. And what we've set up here is a great way for you to not only hear sound, but also to see sound. Here's how we're gonna do it. These are the speakers that are inside the Bose Wave music system. So when I take these speakers and put them in front of these candles, well, you'll see exactly what happens. And then we're gonna change things up. Then we're gonna take the magic. The magic inside the Bose Wave music system is the waveguide technology. And this is the waveguide technology. This is nearly 5 feet of tubing that's inside your wave music system. It turns and moves inside that very compact, very modern system, but it changes the sound because it resonates and it echoes and it amplifies inside these chambers. So let me show you, you'll see for yourself the difference. Let's add a little bit of music. I gotta tell you, that never gets old because you can see the Bose technology at work. That's why everybody loves the Bose Wave music system. That's why it fills your room with sound in a way that nothing else does. Because that waveguide technology changes everything. Again, sound is just air and movement, but that air can move in lots of different ways. And at Bose, we make it move in a way that's very, very special.
So there it is, you saw it. I mean, Aaron, it's a wonderful visual representation of what's happening, and we appreciate seeing that. It always helps to bring it to life.
A lot of times it's hard to see technology. You know, you can experience technology, but you can't always see it. And yeah, I think that does help illustrate for us. We know when we listen to it that it sounds different. And like, you know, again, there's a reason. Let me be like as plain as I can. There's a reason that like kind of a radio has 1,000 reviews on hsn.com. It's one of our most iconic. I realize some people, you like scratching your head going, what in the world? There is a secret sauce with this product, and it is what we just showed you. You know, when you sit next to this, it sounds, and I'll even say, I know this sounds a little corny, it feels different to listen to music played through the system. It's the reason people are so sort of, you know, fanboys and fangirls over the Bose Wave music system. Again, it sounds and it feels different, and there's a reason, and not just, again, you know, sort of full transparency, not just over the Bose Wave, not just over the music player, over Bose products, period. You know, people who use sound canceling technology, over-the-ear earbuds, in-the-ear earbuds, Bose sound bars, like across the spectrum of the sound world, Bose is, Bose is unlike any other company. It is respected in a way that no other company is. It's just that there's a simplicity with this product. You know what I mean? Like, I am not an engineer with sound by any stretch. Like, if I had to sit at a stereo with components and with I wouldn't really know. Like I said, I've been a musician my whole life. I wouldn't know where to start. The beautiful thing about this is you pop in the CD, right? Or you turn on the radio, and it just sounds good. You've got this really simple control to turn the volume up and down, to eject, to fast forward tracks. Oh, you know what I'd love to do? We've shown it a couple times, but I haven't talked through it. Let's, I like this track. Let's, look at our features video, and then we'll listen to this a little bit more. After we look at our features video, it just goes through. I haven't said all these things out loud. I want to make sure I haven't mentioned, I haven't sort of forgotten anything. It's a Bose Wave Music System 4. It's the latest version. Again, we're in our final airings ever on it. There's 2 wave guides that connect the speakers to deliver sound and performance beyond its size. That is really the most important thing. It's sleek, it's compact, it weighs about 8 pounds, super portable, touch-top control so you can start or stop music even without the remote control, front slot loading CD player, built-in AM/FM digital tuner with 12 presets. There's an auxiliary input. There's also a place for headphones if you ever need to plug in headphones for any reason. Dual independent alarms. You know what that means, right? It means you can wake up to your favorite music in the morning, and your spouse can wake up at a different time to their favorite music as well. So super simple to use, lots of features, but also kind of not overcomplicating, quite frankly. I think part of the joy of this is in the simplicity. We're gonna listen to this track for a second. In fact, and I'm gonna start at the beginning. I want you to hear, especially there's a timpani roll in this, that every time I hear it, I think, listening to this on anything other than the Wave Music System, except a $1,000 system maybe, you just would not fully hear it. Let's take a listen. I honestly don't know. It's a track
really
on the Bose demo CD, and it's beautiful,
well, it's
right?
a hit with me, Aaron.
It's insane. I could sit here and listen to it.
Makes you happy.
Music does that.
Profound, that.
Music does that.
It does. It does. Music gives you all the feels, as they say, right? We don't want it to end, but it's got to end, folks. This is the final quantity ever of the Bose Wave Music System. It's not that we're selling out For today, it's that we're selling it out forever. This is never returning. Bose have stopped manufacturing the Bose Wave 4. We have the final quantity. For all the days and all the months and all the celebrations and all the special occasions that we have presented the Bose Wave 4, all the big sales that we've done, all the today's specials that we've done, all the holiday specials, it all culminates right here. This is the final quantity ever. So Aaron and I, as you can tell, are having a blast with this, truly, because it's an easy product to talk about. We know it's loved. I love it, Aaron loves it, and you love it. That's why there's 1,000 reviews, the majority of which are perfect 5 stars. People talk about it like it's a member of the family, because they wake up to its alarm, to its CD function. They wake up to the radio, or they go to sleep listening to their favorite talk show host, or NPR, whatever it may be. They love that this is where the celebration starts and where the celebration ends. It's where New Year's Eve and Thanksgiving and Christmas, the holiday tunes, it's where it all culminates. This is the music player that lives in the living room. This is the music player that lives in the kitchen, but it is the music player. At 5 inches tall, it is slim, it is sleek, it is compact, it's easy to use. With that invisible touch top control as well, and the full remote control that is included, you've got access all areas to perform all the functions. But truly, it is a once-in-a-lifetime purchase. That's why so many of the reviewers say, I've had mine for X number of years. Well, I've had mine for Y number of years. But only a few more people will be able to ever make that statement, because this is the end of the road. So with that being said, you will shortly see our clock appear on the screen. That's going to count us down to the end of the hour. I really hope you shop for this today from Aaron and I. I know I love presenting it. Aaron certainly loves presenting it. Music is Aaron's thing, and he's grown up in the world of music, went to school for music. So there is a true fondness and a passion that I think you can sense, but it is a passion that we can all enjoy, whether it's musical theater, rock, whatever it may be. Everything sounds better on this.
That's the whole thing. Music the way the artist intended it to be heard. So whether you love jazz or whether you love pop or whether you love classic rock or whether you love bluegrass. I'm a Kentucky guy. If you love bluegrass, there's a bluegrass track on here. Maybe we'll hear it in a little bit. Whatever it is you love, it brings music to life and fills the space in a way that nearly nothing else does. We're in our last couple of minutes. Is it okay? Could we take a look at the demo just one more time?
Please.
The candle demo.
Yeah.
This is, it's to me, it helps me explain. Well, I mean, I did the explaining anyway. Well, you'll see. We're just gonna go take a look. This is why your music system sounds the way it does. We'll see you in just about a minute. What is sound? Sound is air in motion. And what we've set up here is a great way for you to not only hear sound, but also to see sound. Here's how we're gonna do it. These are the speakers that are inside the Bose Wave music system. So when I take these speakers and put them in front of these candles, well, you'll see exactly what happens. And then we're gonna change things up. Then we're gonna take the magic. The magic inside the Bose Wave music system is the waveguide technology. And this is the waveguide technology. This is nearly 5 feet of tubing that's inside your wave music system. It turns and moves inside that very compact, very modern system, but it changes the sound because it resonates and it echoes and it amplifies inside these chambers. So let me show you, you'll see for yourself the difference. Let's add a little bit of music.